what kind of release date or estimated would we be looking at?
Always
Talking
all
about that. We do have a
Bye,
roadmap right
Rizal.
now. This month, really the big thing was, what well, I guess I should start from the beginning. We said, hey, what can we do?
Ooh.
Can we get this playable? And the first thing was we had an engineer that was like, yeah, give me a couple weeks, and then 3 days later he's like, hey, I got it running.
Nice.
Okay. And then Matt looked at it and was like, this is so cool. Watch what I can do. And thus you're seeing the difference in the mechs and the way they're attacking, they're moving. A lot of nuance. Some of it's very in your face. So because of that, we're evaluating a lot of things right now. So giving it like a hard date of what we think a release would be is a little bit rough at
Who
this
am I
point.
shooting? Sorry.
So
That's
Saying
fine.
Rizal
I
goes
mean,
flying by.
I realize this is still early days for this, so I was just,
Oh, it's
are we
massive.
looking at like 2023, 2024?
if I have my way, it would be very very early 2024.
For full launch or for potential early access, or are we not supposed to?
Early access, I would hope we can do that much
earlier.
sooner.
Yeah,
I would
I will. I will need my wasp.
there's going to be a lot. There's a lot more mechs planned and on the way. We're bringing in obviously some VR ones, maybe modifying them, of course, for the different type of gameplay this presents, and then we're going to have some new ones as well. So I mean, just send all the requests through Ash, and I will be able to adjust accordingly. I mean, that's why we're doing this, right? If there's a fan's favorite mech that people want ported 1-to-1, or if there's maps that that's why we're here. That's why I'm here. Is I want to see what you guys want, and I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna modify those 130 pages. They're gonna be 135 afterwards. You know what I'm saying? So,
Really
Number
include
one,
wasp.
send me a copy of that document. Number
Was that just
two,
a mushroom cloud? Because that was pretty awesome.
oh, the mortar, yeah. That one Nick,
Jesus.
that one Nick built, yeah, and it's not super apparent. We need a bit better visual language on that, but that area for 5 seconds, if you walk into it as an enemy, like you're taking a lot of damage. So that way, things like domination. So actually, the two current weapons for the Juggernaut, the mortar and the death beam, it's designed to showcase like we own this area.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. I got you.
That was
I got
me.
you.
Something I did just pick up on now though is when I died and I kept
I'm in
seeing
the
explosions
spawn.
happening in front of me, it was actually blurring out the screen so that I couldn't choose where
Yeah.
to click next. I mean, again, I realize this is very early days. So.
Yeah, it's a known bug. That's tagged. You can blame me for that one because I mean it. Yeah,
No, you
we'll just
got
say
me
it's
back.
early. I'm working
Yeah,
on
You
it.
got me back.
I get that
In the
it's early
back.
days.
In
Yeah,
the back. Boy.
Look, you can't get on the roofs. in
If you're
Florida.
the-
Oh, yes, I
you,
can.
you can.
Shoot the one
Yeah.
on the roof now.
There's interesting ways to use certain abilities and combinations of abilities, even with what's just in there now. It's only going to get more outrageous as things go on. But part of why I would like to be in contact with y'all is
There's Ash.
I tend to go absolutely bonkers with some of my designs, and
Yeah,
just having good
reining in.
feedback. Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
I'm always down to take some time and listen to people, and yeah, it's what's currently planned. I don't think is too
Right.
outrageous, but we're gonna add a lot to the world of mechs. That's kind of the way I look at it.
Less is more. Just remember that one, sir. Less
Absolutely.
is more.
Yeah, but bonkers also sounds pretty cool too. So
Yeah, there are the
True.
word in design is elegance, because you want it simple, but complex at the same time, and you want it approachable but bonkers. So elegant solutions are uh, the the industry term for that, and I think I'm pretty good at coming up with those. So
Ditto in my industry. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Work to make more work for yourself, but to simplify things to make it more beautiful is where the key tradesmanship is. So yeah, well done.
I think it's safe to assume that
Excellent.
the favorite mech here is probably the Juggernaut.
I think
it's
Scout
safe
might
to say
be
that.
winning out over the Juggernaut.
I like the small mech.
What are these?
I like the Vanguard. Yeah, the small mechs. That a bit janky at the moment. The Juggernaut for me needs to
Oh,
smooth
but it
it
just
out. a bit.
pushes through though. That's the beauty of the Juggernaut is.
Yeah.
I would say more so than in our VR. It's definitely the powerhouse.
Oh, I can feel its power. I can sense its stomp as it's
I'm
walking.
trying- I don't know if I can get up there, but I'm trying to get up there where those flying ships are.
Are you the
It is
Vanguard?
fun.
Yes.
Press F, and you should leap into the air. And
Oh, I let go of it and it like janked back down.
yeah, there's
Maybe
there's
on
some
the-
weird. Go ahead, sorry.
Have you played it on the Xbox controller? Because I haven't got a clue what the keys are. I've got the trigger down for one. Because I'm
That's
sticking
why
it at the
I'm
moment.
using my left hand to move, and I'm using my right hand on my mouse to aim and fire.
So at the moment I've got left stick movement, right stick aim on the axis.
I'm up
Trigger
here.
on the right is a gun.
Yep.
A big gun. Woo!
The left trigger should have the other gun.
Ooh, doing
If
that.
not, then I'll go speak with. I know the person to speak with about that. Like I said, it should be it should work well right now, but there may
Yeah,
be some.
yeah.
some weird
I've only
bugs.
got one gun. Left trigger isn't working. Just for notice. That's
Right
true.
now,
Real or?
Powerhouse.
So
Have some of that.
this is Unreal Engine. What happens if I run it through the Universal VR mod for Unreal?
we have not tried.
Oh, is that out?
Let me know. I'd love
Yeah,
to know.
yeah, we have not tried it yet.
Oh, that'd be mad manic. Do it.
Well, when it crashes, is it worth sending those crash reports, or do they just go to Epic? Do send them, right? I've been sending them. I had 2 crashes.
Sorry, Whitley.
Yeah, send them and we'll take a look. I'm very interested to see how the Universal VR plugin
Oh yeah.
works.
I can see you getting on that tonight.
Like 1 a.m. here nearly. I'll have a play with that tomorrow and see what happens.
You guys, I don't see it. Yeah, is there any plans to add, what'd you call it? Damage counters visible to
Yes.
the. Okay. Alright, you
The
already know.
UI is
You just did.
the UI is very
Give me a lock, Nick.
simplistic right now. It's we just need it functioning. A lot of visual language is going to be improved over time.
Oh, you got me. Sorry.
You're good.
I don't know.
Does the record button actually record?
Be
Bye.
quiet, Mr. Zipple. How are you?
You guys are picking this up very quickly.
Of course.
No?
Race pilot.
Well, no, you say of course, but this is very,
Gamers
very,
are hard, guys. We're gamers.
This is
We've
awesome.
been gamers for years. You know, these controls, these stick controls, the tabletop down. It's where it started, really, when you think about it. Sitting at a tabletop Space Invader game. And again, this view's amazing.
Oh, you're showing your age.
I'm just saying, amazing
Wait.
how fast you all pick it up. It's a big difference from VR. This is
We're gamers for the 4VR though.
different.
That
Yeah,
was
we
us
we
before
don't
VR.
only play VR.
We're gamers.
Oh.
That's what you guys forget is that we're really hardcore gamers before VR. So you know we're just coming back to our roots, really.
You know what this reminds me of a little bit? So, remember Mech Assault? I don't know if y'all remember played it.
Yeah.
So, imagine like you only had limitations in that to where you could move the mech. Here you get to full control. It's different.
Love it.
I think it's amazing.
Playing it flat screen like this makes it feel a bit like Armored Core to me.
Yeah.
I love Armored Core. So that's quite the
Yeah,
compliment.
that was a great day. That's apparently coming back again. They're making a new one.
Care that we lost. That was just fun.
Can we get that on tape, Ash, please? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So is this your guys' version of how it used to be in regards to what was out there before World MX, Russian side and stuff, mobile side, etc.
I
I wouldn't say it's our version of it. What we really wanted to accomplish with this was to do something fun that we enjoyed playing ourselves. Uh, it's just one of those things that we were like, hey, let's do something. And
Yeah, I'm so pleased you did.
well, and
Love the
Matt's
footprints in
been driving it. He has, a lot of times we're like, okay, Matt, you're going crazy. These are crazy ideas, and he's like, trust me, just let me get it in.
How long? How long until we get World of Mechs, the actual tabletop board game?
There we go.
Ooh,
I think
yeah.
there's been a lot of talk about
Now you're talking.
STLs and stuff of the mechs. So, I mean, I wouldn't say that that's far off.
How about miniatures?
Well, I think, it's funny. You guys know Parker. He's really big into 3D printing and the rest. So, there's some work that has to be done to make them miniatures. However, we do have the models. Another thing we
Awesome.
talked about, and I think a couple people on staff have already printed a few out. So,
I'd love to print some of these out.
Heck yeah.
Where can one get hold of these STLs?
I don't know if I can talk about how you can go about it.
What's that?
But I think it might be something that we can actually put out there for people.
You
That
guys
would
can
be
let me hold on
superb.
to them. I'm gonna stop making VR videos if y'all let me keep a hold of this copy.
Right?
Um. Yeah.
Boom.
Well, I was gonna say the way the keys are set up right now, these aren't like beta keys. They are the key to the game. So take that as you will.
Wow.
Excellent.
Thank you
I
very
hit
much.
I hit some button. I'm showing my frame rates and everything. So
But,
L
pretty
or
cool.
P. Oh, okay. If you want it up, that's fine too. I was gonna say it's.
don't care.
I'd like
On
to
the
have it on.
on the
Would-
in-game
is
menu,
it-
there's the little record button. Does that actually record anything?
I don't believe that's hooked up currently.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
How's the
Okie dokie.
sound then? Are we spiritual on the sound? Is it to a level in regards to, surround sound, 3D sound?
We're
It-
really early.
Yeah, I've run attenuation passes on everything, and I've done my best to balance the sound. Unfortunately, it's just me. So
I know you guys had some really good guys for the World of Mechs. I mean, that was such a high standard with the sound
yeah,
there. So I
As long
appreciate
as long as we still get the boom.
I
My favorite sound is the
The boom.
sniper shot.
thank you.
That's
The
my
whip.
favorite sound of the game.
I'm
The whi-
flexing my biceps so hard right now. I wish y'all could see.
The
No,
sound
no,
design
no,
is
it's okay.
superb.
You're right with that. You keep them there.
Y'all can't catch me. No, no.
Now Ash is
Let's
starting
go.
to pick on people. Cool.
This is actually there was in World of Mechs VR. I kind of felt like you found 1 or 2 or 3 mechs and you stuck with them because they were not OP, but they were just like they were easier to operate. Where this one, it feels like I could pick any mech and have an equal footing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Agreed. Yeah.
There's 20 years of experience that went into that, so I appreciate that. And everyone that gets released is going to be the same. So
Yeah.
Nice.
Man, I totally see like
And when it
comp
does the
matches,
same
like
thing,
ladder
it's not-
matches, all kinds of stuff with
the
this.
same.
This is like serious competition.
Have you done stress
Yeah.
tests with this? How low can you go in regards to, what it runs on?
We're still in the process of that. Most of the dev team, by the nature of being devs, we all have pretty beefy PCs. I've
Yeah,
run
exactly.
on my
Yeah.
desktop PC, and it did pretty good. But I say desktop PC, it's older, but it does have a 1060 in it. So
I've got a
okay, so-
working
so you haven't
Pentium
tried
2
it on this
350
great
with a Voodoo
YouTube
2
video?
graphics card. Can I try it on that?
if you'd like to try it on that,
It
you
runs
can.
Windows
You can tell
98
how it's gonna
second
run.
edition.
Yeah.
It looks
That's
pretty.
running-
Running
4090.
9 frames per second per millisecond.
How do you bring up the frame rate? What button were you saying to press?
It's P or L, or it might be one of the punctuations on that side of the keyboard. I don't quite
There is
remember.
an FPS button on the menu when the menu comes up.
Okay.
Oh,
There it is. There it is. I got it. It's semicolon.
Well, I'll take that. KD4, grade A.
Ooh.
A
Well
plus.
done. Well
Give me
done.
some.
I'm not even. Yeah.
Yeah, look at Ash.
Ash kicked my butt though.
Oh yeah,
So what is this?
she's
Time
badass.
55. Champagne.
Yeah,
I'm-
right. I'm ahead of you. I'm on the wine.
I'm gonna go. I'll head down to the liquor store, buy some champagne myself.
Good
Excellent.
idea.
Well, I know someone that will wet their pants when they see this, and I cannot show him. I know. Isn't it?
Do we have a tier 2 list of the next phase of releases for beta?
We could probably do like another showing if we want to get some more NDAs out. If Ash, if you think that's gonna be helpful, I can push that on the exec legal front.
Nice shot, Ash.
Yeah, we can definitely see about making that happen.
No, you're on my team, Clickster, but it just feels good to shoot you.
Jeez.
My NDA still counts, right?
Yep.
Oh,
I signed
Leave
2
me
of them.
finding until you die.
Yep.
notice we're racking up some serious coin here already. Is that gonna
Is it
be
spendable yet?
So
4,000 already?
This I was not dreading this question, but I'm a little I'm curious on your feedback. So there will be no progression outside of a match, and what I mean by that is you don't gain currency and spend money to have a gun
CS
give you
style.
5% extra damage.
So
That's
CS
not
style, it's all in game.
yeah, and that's
Yeah.
not set in stone. The current design is that when you walk into a game, you walk in with essentially the same options as everyone else, and the same power level, so to speak. Your gun's all, the Vanguard gun does the same no matter whose Vanguard it is, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be that way, but what I was leaning more towards is, and this isn't in the game at all yet, but as the match progresses, you find power cells throughout the map, or pick them off of the corpse of your opponent or whatever it might be, and you use that to upgrade your weapons and or your abilities as the game progresses. But whenever you start a new game, like a new match, you don't necessarily start at 0 power cores or power cells or whatever you want to call them. Some games you may start with 5, so you choose like 5 upgrades. Some games you may start with 15, you start with 15 upgrades, and that kind of adds a little bit of flavor to the game. Like, oh, this match they're starting us, low on power cells. We gotta, take various positions to try and upgrade our stuff as the match progresses. And then other times, hey, full power cells. Everybody has every ability possible and every upgrade, and just pure chaos, right? We need to tune what the value of that needs to be and the rate of progression throughout matches. I'm very excited to do a lot of testing in that field. I have an idea of what I think is going to feel and work the best, but yeah, at this point in time, the short answer is currency does not matter, as there's no upgrades that persist from match to match. But that is not set in stone. So.
No, well, that was, I think, that was a big problem with World of Mechs is, someone, you go into a match and someone could be way OP because they're fully decked out versus someone brand new coming in who's like got nothing.
There's a reason
That
every
was-
popular game in existence has gotten away with, or has gone away from systems like that. I personally strongly disagree with them. If somebody has 1,000 games played, and I come in with 0 games played, they have the advantage of 1,000 games of experience. They don't need an extra 10% damage as well. Like, that's just outrageous, in my opinion.
Agreed. No, I
So,
agree with you.
Yeah, I'm glad that you guys are with me on that one, because I was a little hesitant. I was concerned what the feedback might be.
Why not give the low-level players the 10% damage increase that drops off over time as you level up?
There are talks of, there have been discussions on new players gaining a little bit of something somewhere. What I think is best to do is the Vanguard is a pretty generic class right now. It's got a good machine gun, good rockets, it's tanky, it's got a good ultimate, right? But it's pretty simple to play. Whereas something like your Scout needs to know the map to maneuver around, has to get up close, etc. So you want to put newer players on solid, consistent classes or mechs, whatever you want to call them, and they're able to what I would call produce.
Wow. Wow.
Well done.
I got that last kill in there at the last second.
So, but yeah,